My name is Orenthal Lancaster, and I am a product of my generation.
Just in time!
Welcome to my new show that I've been really excited to launch for a while. It's called School Lunch, and it's a short segment where I take a retrospective look at a select few advertisements from my childhood, and perhaps a few from yours. I was born in the latter half of the 90s, so most of the content that I'll be looking at throughout the show concerns mostly food advertisements from the late 90s to the early 2000s. But why food? I'm no educated dietitian, and I'm an amateur chef at best, but I do really appreciate the wacky world of processed food and the marketing side of that, so I'm willing to dive right into that side of history. Back when our supermarkets were saturated with these bright, sugary, extreme products, and we were all wide-eyed little kids who wanted to get our messy little hands on all of them. With this series, I'm hoping to reintroduce a small part of what might have been your childhood along with mine, so together let's open up this time capsule. The show is named School Lunch, and I believe it's only appropriate that we start off on a fitting note.
Make your own 3 real pizza crusts, sauce, all the toppings. No need to heat it no matter how you eat it.
On today's episode, we'll be looking at one of the greatest school lunches of them all, Lunchables. They're those little yellow boxes or plastic trays made by Kraft Heinz under Oscar Mayer, filled with meals ranging from cracker and cheese sets to handheld pizzas. They were introduced some 30 years ago, and the lineup has changed quite a bit ever since, but the concept stays the same. It's a fun, easy alternative to waiting in the school lunch line or packing a boring bologna sandwich in a paper bag. It's a novel idea and a great way for Oscar Mayer and Kraft to sell processed meat and cheese. I was a picky eater when I was a kid, and my taste for Lunchables extended all the way into college, actually. I'm an adult, I swear. But what caught my attention was a product that's been lost to time, and arguably for good reason. Sometime around the really early 2000s, I think, Lunchables came out with mega packs, sort of the supersized versions of their usual meals, appropriately decked out in those loud, explosive designs. This was perfect for the bigger kids who ate those cracker stackers for lunch and still had a lot of room for more in their stomachs because, let's be real here, those don't really constitute as a full meal as it does check out for an appetizer. They were much bigger and better than your normal Lunchables. Later on, Oscar Mayer would phase this line out and come up with similar products as time went on, like Lunchables Maxed Out or Lunchables Uploaded. But this product in particular really caught my attention, so let's take this in, step by step. This is a commercial from 2000 for the pizza set. Anyone else excited for the Godzilla vs. the Giant Lunchables Kid movie?
Billy! Wait till you sit down.
New Lunchables Mega Pack. 2 deep dish pizzas plus a ton of toppings.
And by Lunchables standards, I guess 4 slices of pepperoni instead of just 3 constitutes as extra. I was hoping this meal would come with an additional pound of shredded mozzarella, but not all dreams come true.
And full-size cola.
Whoa, this thing comes with cola! Back then, for some ungodly reason, these meals came with actual soda. There's no way Lunchables meals today would do that at all. Capri Suns already have enough sugar, but this is 1 entire can of soda. Schools nowadays are really cracking down on how much sugar and fat kids are ingesting, and I came from schools that only served juice, milk, and iced tea. The most sugary thing in the drink cooler would be Sunny D, but that wouldn't stop me and my unhealthy friends from bringing cans of Dr. Pepper in their backpacks every so often. Faculty and staff wouldn't mind bringing liter bottles of Coke and Fanta to picnics and pizza parties, but that was kind of the extent of it. Some other kids weren't so lucky, or unlucky maybe. There were a lot of schools back then that outright banned soda on campus, and the number grows, especially during this decade when we're paying more attention to what goes into everyone's mouths and how much of it is making all of us more unhealthy. Apparently cola stuck around in Lunchables meals for a while.
Next school year, everything in the vending machine at your child's school will have to meet strict standards for calories, fat, sugar, and sodium limits, and will have to focus more on whole grains, fruits, vegetables, and low-fat dairy options.
Nowadays, Lunchables has slightly healthier options. I haven't done the research to see if they really are healthier than the usual starting lineup, but I've seen and even tasted some of the new stuff, like organic Lunchables, Lunchables with more fruit products like smoothies, and Lunchables with 100% juice pouches instead of the usual artificially colored syrupy Capri Sun fare. It ain't a huge leap forward, but it's a baby step that's well appreciated. I'm actually hoping that Lunchables will start making gluten-free meals. I personally don't have a gluten allergy, but I think a gluten-free Lunchable would be really great for kids that do. I came across a blog post on Adventures of a Gluten-Free Mom that detailed the process of creating a gluten-free Lunchable kit, and there's some alternative snack boxes out there for gluten-free kids and adults alike, but there's nothing quite like waiting for that bell to ring so you can crack open that cardboard and peel the plastic off that tray. Lunchables were an irreplaceable part of my childhood, and perhaps they were also part of yours, whether it came with soda or a fruit smoothie.